Hey guys, itaewon Sammy here. Welcome back. Hope everyone's doing well. Let's make an adjustment there. How's everyone doing? I'm doing great. Thank you very much. It is Sunday, July 25. When I'm recording this, this will go out on the 28th morning. I hope everyone's doing really well. Hope everyone's safe. Hope everyone's happy. Let's get us a little bit closer there. Come on in. I am on vacation, staycation. It is my, I'm working in a school, so it's the holiday and they are on a break right now. First time in a couple of years that both my jobs, because I usually work like one or two or several jobs, where the vacation worked out to be the same week. So I was really excited about this a while ago, maybe a couple months ago when I found out, because I was going to go away. I was going to go to Sokcho or Yangyang and Gapyeong, which are center east Seoul and on the ocean. But because of Delta, no, I've decided to stay indoors the entire time. I've got a couple of appointments, but I don't have to take off my mask. But other than that, I'm not doing anything social. I'm having people over. I'm gonna maybe get a manicure, pedicure, but I don't have to take off my mask. And the people I'm inviting over are vaccinated. I'm vaccinated, my friends are vaccinated. Those are the only people who I will associate with at this time. But I'm not taking off my mask. When I go outside, when people are here, the ones who are vaccinated, I'll check their temperatures and everything like that, but I feel a bit safer having a vaccinated person as opposed to unvaccinated. Anyway, what's been going on? The government announced 2 more weeks of COVID restrictions, level 4 COVID restrictions, social distancing in Seoul, Gyeonggi-do, and Incheon, the capital region, which means the highest level. Status quo, nothing's changing. Everything closes at 10. Bars, nightclubs are closed. Karaoke, anything social is closed in the capital region. Some of the other provinces have decided to do it on their own because this is the summer break and lots of people are traveling. But they've decided to extend that, or, in certain places. Busan, Jeju, some of the beach towns have decided to increase their level. 6 p.m. After 6 p.m. you cannot be with more than 2 people in private. Yeah. Unless it can be more than 2 people, but the ones who are extra have to be vaccinated. So there's that. What else is going on? Vaccine rollout is progressing, and I'm going to say this like I said last time. Be ready for announcements coming in middle of August. Based on what has happened in the past, I am thinking the government is working back room deals, backdoor channels to try and get some vaccine swaps, like they did with Israel. To try to get our vaccine rollout progressing a little bit faster. They can't talk about it right now because they're deals that are being done. For whatever reason, maybe they don't want to tip their hand to somebody else or don't want to get people's hopes up. But I would assume that the government is trying to improve their image with the Korean people with this vaccine rollout that has been stumbling. Stumbling, in my opinion. Others will say faulty, but I've talked about it in the past, why the government's plan was this plan. We've talked about it. I'm not going to go into it again today. There's no use. But I predict that more vaccine swaps are coming. They're going to be coming in August to try to speed up the delivery of the vaccine to the people who want it the most, which are the younger crowd. The 2030s, they want their vaccine as quickly as possible. They're clamoring for it. So we're going till August 7th, I think, with the vaccine, with the level 4. Level 4 social distancing. Hopefully it doesn't get any worse. The numbers are like this. We had a spike of 300 because of the military ship that was performing anti-pirate duties in the Middle East. 95% of the sailors there were infected and brought back to Korea, so that spiked the numbers. But it's been around 1,400 every day. Let me take a quick look. So 1487 today, which was Saturday's numbers. 1487, the highest weekend number ever. But it's come down. We were just shy of 1900 on Thursday. That's the highest number ever. Then it dropped for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Obviously are low. Let's pray and hope that Monday's numbers, which are today's numbers, Monday and Tuesday, that those numbers go down again as well. So the Thursday numbers were high, the highest ever, because of those 200 infected sailors. Otherwise, it would have been lower. Looking at the graph that I'm looking at, vaccinations are prodding along. 200,000 a day are being vaccinated. Not fast enough, considering that Korea can vaccinate upwards of 1 million people a day. There was a stumble with the vaccine swap that came from Israel. It was supposed to be prioritized for school teachers, for private academy teachers and delivery people, but approximately 14,000 people were not able to register properly due to a computer issue. Some people will say that it was prejudicial or racist, whatever. Some people will say that preference was given to local citizens as opposed to foreigners. But the reality is, when you look at it because I have contact with the people who are actually doing it, not the people who are standing on the sidewalk thinking they know what's going on, because of course they run the government, right? The reality is that, unfortunately, the way it works is that our ID cards, the way our IDs are created in the Korean government system is different than Korean. A Korean knows how to write a Korean name, last name, first name, with the spaces and the hyphens and whatever, because they're Korean. It's natural. When a foreigner comes with their name, sometimes the name is not inputted properly. So when the foreigner goes to register their name, and they're not used to registering their name because they don't use, if you're here as a short-term teacher 1 year, you don't really need to get involved in online. Korea's a digital world. Everything is related to your name, which is related to your phone number, which is related, which is related to your digital certificate. All of those things are interconnected. And if you try, and you've never done it before, to go online and register for this vaccination, and you don't enter your name properly, and what I mean properly is the way the government has your name listed, you won't get registered. So people are saying that there's a problem, and then they go to the vaccination center, and the vaccination center people are like, you got to register. Oh, well, I got to do this, and they say, well, I don't know, it's your name's not in the computer. Or they just pass the buck. Korean bureaucrats, low-level bureaucrats, will not take responsibility. That is a fact. If you've lived here as long as I have, you will realize that. They do not take, and will not take responsibility for anything. It's not in their nature, in their job. It's not what they do. Just think about it. When you go to the DMV, you got to follow the rules in your own country, right? There's a process. Those people there are just paper pushers. Same thing here. They're not the decision makers. And And you have to remember, Korea's 99% Korean. These people at the front lines they only followed, they're given a whole rack of instructions. They remember the Korean instructions. They don't deal with foreigners every single day. Like 0.1% of the time they deal with a foreigner. And when a foreigner comes and there's a problem, they don't know what to do. They just pass the buck. They just say no, because they don't want to take a responsibility. So you got to remember that, people, okay? Just like persevere. Now, on the flip side, I've heard people, for example, at my academy, one of them, the teachers were not properly registered, and they were saying, I don't trust this because the government doesn't do this, or my employer doesn't do this, and I'm like, I got vaccinated. You know why? Because I took responsibility for my own vaccination. I knew that I was not going to rely on anyone. Oh, but they should help us because we're foreigners and everything. Look at your own country, okay? You don't help foreigners in your own country, let alone, I'm not blaming. I'm just saying it's human nature, okay? Think about it for a second. It's just people feeling entitled, okay? Yes, you're a foreigner in this country. Yes, you're at a disadvantage if you don't speak Korean or read Korean or understand the system. The other question I got is, well, I don't know where to find out this information. How do I found it out. Now, yes, I read Korean, I speak Korean, I understand Korean, I researched it. I got some semblance of intelligence. But hello, Google. Hello, Facebook groups. Hello, government office, English helpline. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this out. And I've said this before on other videos. I'm sorry this is turning into a rant, but I've said it before. It's your responsibility. It's your life. You're an adult. Figure it out on your own. If you need help, ask for help. But don't expect it to be handed to you. Okay? It's not your employer's responsibility to take care of your medical situation. Okay? That's not their job. It's your job. Now, if they choose to help you, like some have, great, but it's not their responsibility. End of the day, it's your responsibility. So take responsibility for it. I did. I got vaccinated in May. Okay? June, July, August. 3 months, and people are still trying to get vaccinated. I got vaccinated in May. My age group is getting vaccinated in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Okay? My age group. I got vaccinated 3 months in advance. Why? Because I took the initiative. I did what I had to do to get on lists, to get it known to everyone who had the power to vaccinate me that I wanted to be vaccinated. And I got vaccinated. Okay? Now, I did have a medical condition that allowed me to get vaccinated, and I have a private doctor, which helped. So, did I take advantage? I used the loopholes in the system to get me what I needed. I mean, I was calling my contacts in biomedical to try to get the when they were doing the testing. I wanted to get the testing vaccine back like a year ago. I called everyone and tried to get on as many lists as possible. Again, I was taking the initiative. So that's what people got to do. You got to figure this out. No matter where you are in the world, especially all of us here in Korea, try to get the information that you need. Come here, right? I will tell you what to do, when to do it. Now, I only post once a week, so it's best that you try to figure this out contacting the government helplines, contacting the Seoul Global Office, contacting the National Health Care helpline, okay? Because you need to find out when it's your turn, okay? When is it your turn? When can I register? And how do I register? Okay? Now the registration system is going through huge backlog because people can't get on, or too many people are trying, or when they try, their information isn't updated. Well, what do I do? Call this number. This number never answers. Well, you have to go to your local GU office. Okay? So, that being said, I'm going to wrap it up. It's been going on for a little while, my little rant. I just say, please stay safe, get vaccinated, figure out how to do it. My number one thing is contact the National Healthcare. Find out the website. I'll post it here. That has the list of when the schedule is. You cannot register before your schedule, but when can you register, etc., etc. Most of the people who watch this channel under 50 will be registering in August. Okay, August, September. So be ready for that. In the meantime, please stay safe. Do not take your mask off in public. Rule number 1. Don't take your mask off in public. Stay safe. Itaewon Sammy, I'm out.